welcome to our YouTube channel, guys. After a very long time uploading a video on this channel, so from now I will try to be consistent on it. And if you haven't subscribed our YouTube channel, then please consider subscribing it and hit that like button. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. So let's jump into the Unity, and as you can see, I have set up a basic scene here where all my environment is 2D and only this box is UI element. So basically in this video we are gonna see how we can drag the UI elements in Unity. So in most of the games we mostly need the dragging UI elements for some features in our games. So how we can do it? So I'm gonna showing you the simple solution of doing it. So this is my UI element. This is a draggable UI. I have named it already, and we are gonna dragging this box now. So before jumping into the scripting part, please make sure that your camera is on orthographic mode, and let's jump on to the scripting part. So let's create a C# script for it, and we will name it draggable UI, and just open it in Visual Studio. Yeah, here we are. So we don't need the start function, so I'm gonna remove it. Maybe we will need the update function. So the basic idea is for the dragging. So for dragging the UI elements, we will in this video we will use the interface of the dragging, and that will use the namespace of Unity engine dot event system, and that is I drag handler, and just implement the interface that is our on drag, and I'm gonna cut it and I will paste it after the update method. So for the simple dragging, what we will do is we will update our transform.position, which is our UI element, and I will assign it the mouse position. So wherever we will drag our mouse, our UI element will follow the mouse. So that is very basic of dragging a UI element. So if I will start the game and try to drag it, as you can see I'm able to drag the UI element, but there is one issue. Like, if you notice, if I drag it from the center, that is perfect, no issue, but when I try to drag it from the edges of this box, you will notice some jump. Did you notice this jump? Yeah. So what is happening here is when we drag object from any of the edges or the center, from wherever, it is directly gonna drag that object into center of that mouse. But what we want is, from where we have picked that object, that should be remain as same in the whole journey of the dragging. So for doing this, what we need to do is we need to calculate the distance from the center of that object to the point we have clicked. So to understand this better, let's jump into the code. So let's create a private vector2 mouse position, and let's create a private function for it, private void update mouse position. Okay, so here we will update the mouse position, and instead of creating a new vector2, because it is gonna creating a new instance in the memory, so what we will do is we will update the value here, and we will put the instance on the initialization part, new vector 2. So it is gonna assign the new instance only when we initialize the variable. So here we will only update the x and y value, so that will be input.mousePosition.x, and we'll duplicate this and just put y here, and same put y, just remove it. Yeah, so now we will need to update this mouse position whenever we keep clicking our left mouse button. So input dot mouse button 0, input dot get mouse button. So here we want to update our mouse position. Then what we will need is to keep tracking of the start position of our UI element whenever we start dragging it. So let's just duplicate this variable and just name it start position. So this is the start position of the particular object. So let's create a private function for it. Let's say update start position, and we will need to update and like the same manner we did for the mouse position. This will be our transform.position.x, and the same will be for y. Yeah, so we will update our transform position on the button click down. So input dot get mouse button down, that is 0, and here we want to update our start position. Now we need a difference between the transform position and the start point where we have clicked. So we have that point where we have clicked, so now we need a difference point. So we need to update private void update difference point. So to update this, what we will need to do is the difference point will be equals to our mouse position minus the start position, and we will update this after we update our start position. So after getting all these values, what we simply need to do is we just need to minus our difference whenever we drag. Difference point. So as you can see, this is a vector 3. That's why we created our mouse position. So now we need to remove this and just put the mouse position here. So now we are only creating the instances while we initialize our variables, and we only just change the values of those vectors. So now if I replay the game and try to pick from the edge, so as you can see, the jerk is no longer here. So now you can pick wherever from the you want. So now this is a smooth drag. So I hope guys you like this video, and if you like it, please hit that like button and consider subscribing my YouTube channel, and I will be sharing the useful and very helpful content with you guys regarding the Unity. So thank you, take care.